Have you ever imagined faking an engagement with your unbearable boss just to avoid being deported, and in the middle of that desperate plan, discovering that hatred can dangerously turn into something much more intense? The romantic comedy we are going to explore today is based exactly on this premise and turns it into a whirlwind of chaotic, hilarious situations full of unexpected consequences. Hey clickers, subscribe with the bell activated, comment on the content you want to see on the channel, share this video to help us grow, and leave your hype. This helps us a lot. The film proves that even a well-crafted lie can turn the lives of everyone involved upside down. Get ready to explore the backstage of an agreement that should have been strictly professional, but that ended up crossing emotional barriers and conquering hearts in an overwhelming way. Released in 2009, the movie The Proposal, directed by Anne Fletcher and starring Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds, tells the story of Margaret Tate, a powerful Canadian editor-in-chief, feared and respected at one of the biggest publishing houses in New York. Known for her cold, demanding, and authoritarian temper, Margaret terrorizes her subordinates, especially her assistant, Andrew Paxton. Her life changes drastically when she discovers that her work visa has expired and that she will be deported back to Canada, losing not only her job, but her entire career built in the United States. In a desperate act, Margaret forces Andrew to marry her, blackmailing him with the threat of destroying his editorial career. Reluctantly, he accepts the fake marriage but imposes some conditions, including the publication of a book he believes has great potential and the mandatory trip to visit his family in Sitka, Alaska during his grandmother's 90th birthday celebration. The trip to Sitka marks the big turning point in the narrative. Far from the hostile environment of the New York office, Margaret must live with the warm Paxton family who welcome her with open arms, faithfully believing in the engagement. The kind matriarch Grace Paxton, Mary Steenburgen, and the spirited grandmother Annie are the first to show affection and acceptance, while Andrew's father, Joe Paxton, Craig T. Nelson, shows distrust and skepticism about the bride's intentions. In this setting, the couple is forced to maintain the fake relationship, which creates embarrassing and comic situations. To complicate matters further, immigration agent Gilbertson, Dennis O'Hare, starts investigating the case, suspecting the truth of the union and adding a layer of tension that threatens to destroy the entire plan. The unexpected arrival of Andrew's ex-girlfriend, Gertrude Maller Ackerman, also stirs the couple's emotions, while Margaret's interaction with the local community slowly breaks her emotional armor, revealing a lonely and fragile woman behind a facade of a ruthless boss. One of the most memorable moments takes place during an improvised ceremony organized by Annie in the middle of the forest. There, Margaret, touched by the acceptance and affection of the Paxtons, opens her heart and shares her pains, confessing that she lost her parents at a young age and grew up without ever having a real family. This sincere revelation brings her even closer to Andrew and his family, completely changing the way everyone sees her. The movie also leaves room for eccentric characters like Ramon, Oscar Nunez, a multifaceted figure of the small town who works as a waiter, exotic dancer, and even justice of the peace, starring in some of the funniest scenes of the film. The relationship between Margaret and Andrew intensifies amid unusual situations, such as an eagle attacking the family dog, improvised dances, and even a strange tribal ritual led by Annie. These moments, in addition to reinforcing the comic tone, also force the protagonists to unite and trust each other. The evolution of Margaret and Andrew's relationship happens gradually and convincingly. What began as a cold deal, fueled by blackmail and professional conveniences, turns into something genuine. Andrew, who saw his boss as a tyrannical and unreachable woman, begins to see her humanity and vulnerabilities. Margaret, used to controlling everyone around her, finds herself for the first time in a position of dependence, experiencing feelings of acceptance, belonging, and true love. The climax of the story happens on the day of the supposed wedding, when Margaret, unable to continue with the lie and determined not to ruin Andrew's life, decides to reveal the whole truth in front of all the guests and Agent Gilbertson. After the confession, Margaret accepts her fate and prepares to be deported, willing to pay the price for her choices. But Andrew, realizing his feelings are real and deep, does not allow her to leave. He finds her in New York, in the office where it all began, and, in front of all their coworkers, declares his love and proposes to her for real. The ending shows the couple in an awkward but honest interview with Gilbertson, answering questions about the relationship clumsily, but revealing that despite the obstacles, they are willing to try a life together. The romantic comedy shows, in a light and fun way, how a plan forged out of despair can open the door to authentic emotions and deep human connections, reinforcing the idea that love can be born from the most unlikely situations. So, did you enjoy remembering all the details of this modern romantic comedy classic? We want to know your opinion. Which scene from The Proposal is your favorite? Do you believe that the chemistry between Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds was the highlight of the movie? Leave your comment down below. We'll love to exchange ideas with you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Share it with that friend who also loves a good romance full of humor and emotion. Your interaction is essential for our channel to keep growing and bringing even more content like this. Thanks.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret.